Also at today's post-cabinet briefing, the Prime Minister addressed the matter of financial relief for flood victims in South Trinidad. Dr. Rowley assured that the flood victims will be assessed for further financial relief in addition to the $2 million already allocated to provide immediate help. He was responding to criticism from opposition MPs that $2 million was insufficient. Again, here's Khrystal Wilson.
The $2 million made available to the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government is a short-term measure to ensure those affected by last week's floods in South Trinidad can access food items and basic supplies. Referring to it as humanitarian relief, at Thursday's post-cabinet media briefing, Prime Minister Dr. Rowley explained how the money was allocated.
$1 million was made available to the Penal Debe Corporation for immediate humanitarian use for basic items and basic support. $500,000 was made available to the Princestown Corporation, where only the Moruga area, one area in Moruga had that problem. And of course, $500,000 to the Mayaro Corporation.
The Prime Minister said while the opposition is calling for flood-affected victims to be treated in the same manner as those affected by last year's floods in Greenvale, he explained what Greenvale residents received during that period was more of an outpouring of public support.
Greenvale got, during that flood, $20,954.58. That is the total amount of monies that was spent in a similar way at Greenvale.
Referring to the opposition's statements as flood politics, the Prime Minister assured that the residents of Penal, Debe and other flood-affected areas have not been forgotten by the government.
Every time it rains and there's an overflow of a river somewhere, you have to blame somebody and behave like that. And they've got it down to fine art now, speaking naked race in referring to the government's response. This government of Trinidad and Tobago rejects that out of hand.
The Prime Minister said government will continue to provide significant assistance to those distressed by last week's floods. Khrystal Wilson, TTT News.